On a whim yesterday, I decided to come out here and see what I could find for winter hikes and stumbled across Horseshoe Mountain. The snow levels this year have not been ideal, so why not come here and take advantage of it. It's just a chilly 16 degrees outside, and it's about 7:30 in the morning. Driving up, there were signs saying that I was gonna get stuck, and I've already gotten the car stuck and unstuck 2 times, so I think here's where I'm gonna stop. Today should be between 8 and 10 miles and 3,600 feet of gain-ish. So we'll see. I don't know where the actual trailhead is or where I am relative to it, but I can see the mountain right there. And it's a beautiful day. It's not windy, so let's get started. Almost to the trees now. There were a few long sections where the snow is pretty deep and like the snow drifts, but other than that, it's just been like a fresh 2-3 inches of snow on the road. Kind of bummed out because I could have easily gotten another 2 miles on the road if I just didn't trust the signs. It is starting to get cloudy, the visibility's low, so we'll see what that turns out to be. Now there's another snow drift up here, and it's snowing now, which is great. Sure doesn't make it any less pretty. Just stopped to drink a bit of water, and I've had a smile on my face this whole time. It's just like barely snowing enough to make the little snowflakes twinkle, see the sun, and up behind me it doesn't look like there's too much snow to deal with, and it's mostly just bare, which is great. I've traversed a few snow fields where I've post-holed a bit, but they haven't been too bad. Looks like about 1,000-ish feet to go. But yeah, things are coming up dandy. I've made it to the top of Horseshoe. I got to the summit and I looked over, and then there was this wooden shack. And that was a good shelter from the wind, or at least what little wind there was. There wasn't a puff of wind before I reached the saddle, and after that the wind started to pick up. But man, this is about as good as it gets for February. It's like 8 degrees up here, but this shelter is got it going on. There's the summit register at the top, but my hands are too frozen to go and write my name and stuff down, and it's getting a little bit later. I got to get back home in time, and I made it up in time to get back home to see my sister arrive. But yeah, it's beautiful up here, but my phone's about to die, and I'm gonna start heading down now. I have found my snow trail from earlier this morning. And now it's just 2.5-ish miles through about a foot of snow, and then mostly dry dirt road. Probably have a bunch of boogers on my nose, don't I? Back to the car, registered about 10 miles and exactly 3,700 feet of elevation gain, so about what I was expecting, maybe a little bit more. When I was coming down, I was following my old footprints, and there were a bunch of, looks like wolf or mountain lion footprints next to mine that weren't there when I was going up. So lucky that I didn't get mauled or eaten by one of them. However, I did run into a nice couple walking up the road that said that there was a moose on the road when they drove up. So we'll see if they are to be believed and there's a moose there, or if it's just walked away. I also forgot to bring an extra pair of socks, so driving home with the wet feet. But overall, there was no wind below the ridge that was on the way up, and it was really warm. I was almost down into a t-shirt at one point. So amazing day. Glad I could take advantage of the very little snow, and hopefully the snow comes back and we get a somewhat average year. We'll see. But yeah, I just got 2 hours home. What a day.